Good morning, besties. Good morning, vlog. It is 8:13 in the morning and we are driving down the road. We are on our way to Minneapolis, Minnesota. So early. Yes, because when I woke up this morning, CJ was like, all right, I've got a big day at work. I'm leaving. That's how he talks. I'm leaving. And I was like, okay. And Rosie was like, that means it's just mommy, Rosie, and passport. It's a girlies day. What do you want to do? And she was so excited. So I was like, okay, we won't do like the gym or our normal routine. We're going to do something fun today. So I was like, what do you want to do? And she was like, I want to get ice cream. And I was like, okay. So I found a place to get us some ice cream and some breakfast. And we are going to Hark Cafe. Sorry, I think I have something in my eye. Hark Cafe in Minneapolis. And they have such good food. Like some of the best vegan food I've ever had. There and Reverie, Reverie. Those two places. And of course, my favorite restaurant in Rochester, Minnesota, Old Abe's. Those three places are the best vegan food I've ever had. And that includes like California, Los Angeles. It includes like everywhere. So yeah, we are on our way there and we're going to have some time. I brought the iPad so that I could talk to you guys and do this. I wanted to say something. My friend sent me a little clip of something. I don't even know what it was, but it was advice for parents who are frustrated with their children. And oh man, it like broke my heart. So I figured I would break your guys's too. It was the next time you get frustrated or angry with your child, close your eyes just for a second, and imagine yourself at 80 years old with a time machine to bring you back to this exact moment. And how would you react? How would you act differently toward your child if you were 80 years old and you knew everything that you know now? And how fast the time goes and how you only have so many moments with your young child. And is that really what you want to do and how you want to be? Being angry and frustrated and yelling. Oh man. I was like, okay, thank you for sending that to me. This is so awesome of you. But no, I needed to hear it. And I even told my mom that and she was like, oh, trust me, Brooke, it doesn't take 80 years. Oh, I'm gonna cry again. But yeah, she was like, trust me, it doesn't take 80 years. It's so true though. But once you're like, when you're in that anger moment and you're frustrated and you're pissed off and you guys have been together for too long and you just need a break from one another, or one of you needs a nap, or both of you, it's so easy to just be like, ah! But if you had a time machine, I guarantee you would go back to that moment and just give them a big hug. You know? Anyway, I finished my blinged out knife. Yeah, I have makeup on, so I don't want to like tell everyone my makeup. I have mascara on, so I don't want it to be like running down my face. We'll get to the cafe and I'll be like, hi, I want some ice cream. Just give me some ice cream. This seatbelt drives me nuts. One of the things that I ordered from that website, if you guys didn't know, a website sent me $80 to order from their website. So I placed that order, and then secretly I also placed like a $200 order from them, because I was like, if I'm gonna try out their stuff, I'm gonna try out their stuff, you know. So in one of my orders that I placed, I got a furry a faux fur little seatbelt cover, little seatbelt cover, just like this big, because I just can't stand this seatbelt. Always, it just feels like it's cutting me. And so I'm excited to get that and see if it fixes all my problems. They had so many different varieties and colors and things, but that one I thought looked the best. So yeah, I'm having a weird sharp pain right here in my, like, right here. It's like dink, 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 like I'm getting shocked or something, which is very odd. Every time something like that happens, like one of those random sharp pains, are you ever just like, is this it? Like, am I having like some kind of a stroke or aneurysm or something? It always scares the shit out of me, to be honest with you. And then I'm like, oh well. Just a weird thing that the body does. Just one of those things. Whew, sorry, it's a little chilly. It is 55 degrees right now, actually. But just in the car, it's a little bit chilly because I don't like to have the heat on or the air conditioning on when I'm with you, just because it's so loud. And so we're just a little cold, but that's okay. I finished my blinged out knife last night, and I looked up like the best way to seal it. And there's like this goo that you can buy that's called like diamond seal or something. But then there's also, when I Googled it and I was just like, what's the best product to use? And the ones that weren't sponsored, because most of them were just like, use this spray or use this whatever. And then it was like the actual, like their website telling me to use that. And I was like, oh, okay. Like Sharpies saying, and then when you want to label something, use a Sharpie marker. And I was just like, well, I want to see like what people who just do like the diamond art and stuff, for like, what does that community use that's not sponsored? And the answer that I found most often was Mod Podge. And so I bought some of that. It's like a spray form, and I thought that that would be pretty good. So I'm going to seal it with Mod Podge. And yeah, otherwise it's done though. It looks, honestly, looks freaking awesome. Looks so freaking awesome. I can think of a few things I would do differently next time. I would use a stiff knife instead of a rubber one. I would use smaller rhinestones. I would buy larger tubes of glue. And I would have extra wax tips for my little picker-upper brush on hand. So I can think of all those things that I would do differently. And I'm totally going to do it again because I want to sell them. I want to sell them. I think they're so cool. And it was so relaxing to make. And it took me a few hours, so it did take quite a big chunk of time, and it hurt my back a little bit, but I really did enjoy it. So I will definitely be making those again. If you can think of any other fun things for me to bling, let me know. Trisha Paytas just did an ASMR, my blinged out food items collection video. And she has like a barilla pasta that's all like blinged out, and she's got like a sriracha bottle that's blinged out, and just like, it's so funny. It was such a tingly video, so nice, but just hilarious. I was just like, I need to be Trisha Paytas's bling girl. Like, how do I get that job? But yeah, so I'm gonna bling out some knives. And yeah, that'll be my new full-time job. Watch, it just takes off. I sell thousands of them. I sell thousands. I make one a day for the rest of my life. I quit YouTube. I quit everything. I quit making candles just to make knives that are shiny. Oh my god, that would be so funny. But yeah, I brought my little notebook with my little schedule on it, and then I brought my actual planner so I could convert the schedule that I wrote down, like on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I'll post here, and on the first of every month I'll post this, and like that kind of thing. I'm gonna put it all in my planner and really try to stick to that plan. I'm really gonna try to stick to that. I filmed a video last night, super late at night, and when I sat down I was like, oh my god, do I want to film this for the ASMR Patreon? Do I want to film it for my main channel? Or do I want to film it for my vlog? What do I do? There were so many options and I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I just filmed it for my ASMR channel. But I'm going to upload it today. It's not very often that I upload real-time videos over there. Most of them are actually pre-filmed like 1 to 2 months in advance. Unless there's like a time-sensitive one that I film, like my recent one where I uploaded the candle QVC, like shopping network role play with my candles. I filmed that the night before and then I uploaded it the next day because it was time sensitive. I wanted to get it out there, but otherwise the rest of them, they're like 2 months in advance. I just have so many uploads. There's only so much I can do. So I have to do old ones sometimes, and I totally, like, I know that most people prefer like up-to-date content, and I totally get that. So do I. Like, I'll even, when I watch people's content and like I see that they upload for the first time in a while, and I'm like, oh good, I get to see how they're doing. And then I see that it's like, I'm so creepy, like the manicure that they had from like 3 months ago. I'm always just like, damn, so this isn't even real time. And like it bums me out. So I totally get that, but like I film 6 to 7 hours a night. I have a lot of content. A lot. I have like 30 videos just waiting to be uploaded right now. So even if I did one every single day, the last one would still be a month behind, you know? So the first and last one would be a month behind. But I do my best. It says I have to get over, so I'm going to try to do that. I saw this sticker that was so me. It was a pink sticker that you put on the back of your car that says, please let me merge, bestie. Thanks, bestie. I thought that was so funny because that's totally how I am. I'm like, please, bestie, like I just really want to get over it. I'm a little scared. And then if they don't, I'm like, well, fuck you. And I turn into the monster that I can be. Ooh, bless you. Gotta get a towel and there you go. So yeah, I brought my notebook so I could get some work done. And I was like, Rosie, do you want to bring some coloring books, like a coloring book and some crayons? Do you want to bring Play-Doh for like when we're at the restaurant? And she was just like, no. And I was like, yeah. Okay. I was like, because mommy might want to do some work on her notebook. And she was like, no, that's okay. So I don't know. We'll see. Oops, I have to get way over. Please let me merge, bestie. I forgot where I was because of that weird, like, having to merge over thing. What a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. We are so lucky to be alive today. Wow, it is just packaroon on this road. Everybody and their sister is going to work or something. Like they've all got jobs or something like that. Please let me merge, bestie. Thank you, man in big truck. Gigantic truck that looks like it's out of a, I don't know, some kind of a horror movie where you're like in the middle of nowhere and there's like this huge truck full of people with like axes and chainsaws inside. I don't know. It was a little scary looking truck, but that's okay. That's okay. Bless his heart. So we are 17 minutes away. Longer if this traffic takes longer. Isn't that fun? I just love it. I don't mind, actually. I'm with my besties. We're just hanging out, and I'm so happy to talk to you. Okay, so my 4th night of rest. Did I? That's the question. I stayed up later again. I didn't mean to, and even in the morning, or like even at night, like after I was staying up late, I was just like, this was silly. Why did I do that? Why didn't I just go to bed? So that was a little silly, but yeah, I still got 7 hours of sleep. I'm going to make up for it today by taking a nap, at least 1 hour of a nap, and getting some more rest. Now that I'm talking about sleep, I yawn. That's funny. But yeah, so I did not get enough sleep last night, but that's okay. I slept until I couldn't sleep anymore, and I will be taking a nap later to adjust, and hopefully that's all right. I'm not feeling any differently, not more energized, not more patient, nothing like that, but I don't know, it's also a little trickeroony because like not yesterday, but the day before was extremely hard for me, and I was just like miserable, and I was like sobbing, and just like I was on the phone with my mom. I called her and I was just like, I'm just so done. I'm so done. I'm so frustrated. And she was like, oh, well, we just sat down to eat. Can I call you back in a little bit? And I was like, sure. And then she hung up the phone, and my dad apparently was just like, you need to call her back. And she was like, yeah, you're right. So she called me right back. And then I was mad at her because she even had the audacity to be like, can I talk to you later? And I was just like, and so I didn't even answer. And then eventually I called her back, and I was just like, sorry, I was mad at you, and I'm just not doing very well. And then I was on a walk when I had this phone call, and I was just like super upset. And then almost toward like the very end of the walk, I was like, and then I got my period today. And it just all made sense. It just all made sense. It really did. And I always like to say like, oh, I don't have any like PMS symptoms. Like I have really easy periods, whatever. And that is true. But like, there is something that happens to me every single month where I don't know if it's like the same day of my cycle every month or whatever, like when my hormones fluctuate like that, but it is often, like it happens once a month, that I just get so overwhelmed, and I'm just like, I don't like my life anymore. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. I can't do this. Nobody appreciates me enough. And I just like get into this really bad, like the world is ending, my life is terrible kind of vibe. And then it just goes away. Poof. It just goes away. But yeah, it happens once a month. So I like to say that I don't have any symptoms like that, but I totally do. And I literally started crying and laughing when I realized that I had gotten my period, so that's why I was so upset. I literally was just so relieved because I was just so devastated. I was so bummed. And so to hear that it was all just like a hormonal thing, I was just like, okay. I just lost it even more and laughed and cried. And we are approaching the beautiful city of Minneapolis. We are approaching it. I'm getting really excited for the month of June. It'll be a good month. Excited for a few things. I'm excited for Pride. Minneapolis always knows how to throw down a good Pride. And then I'm excited for my birthday, CJ's birthday. A couple of you were wondering, like, because just the way I talk about our birthday is confusing. It's not the same. My birthday is June 2nd and CJ's birthday is June 4th. So when I say our birthday, I just say that because they're so close that usually we celebrate together. But this is his 30th birthday this year, and I really want to make it special for him, and he really wants it to be special for him. And so, because it's like his 30th birthday, you know? So I really want it to be more about him this year. And but that being said, I don't want to like throw my birthday to the side and not celebrate either. So I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just buy myself a new office chair or something, because right now I'm using a kitchen chair with a pillow on it, and it's a little less than comfortable and it doesn't really fit the vibe of the office either. So I would like to get some seating in there. That would be really nice. But ooh, this car gets more miles per gallon. Ooh, yes, save 1 minute to my route. Okay. This car gets more miles per gallon on the highway versus in the city. Or sorry, in the city versus on the highway, because it's half electric. It's a hybrid car. And so typically you would get like, let's just say 35 miles in the city, 38 miles on the highway. So like you would get more on the highway, but not this car. And so when I take long trips like this, it always like bums out my gas mileage, bro, because it is like set on cruise control the whole time and it like doesn't really run super electrically. But I have my gas mileage up to 35.1 on average right now because of just how much I've been coasting and stopping and going on this trip. So that's pretty nice. I'm gonna be taking this exit here. I don't know, my phone told me to, but now that I'm looking at it, I think that this is like a carpool lane. But that's all right. I have a baby. We're together. We're carpooling. Oh yeah, it totally says 2 passengers only. Oopsie poopsie. But there's a flipperoonie doody and flippin' floppin' motorcycle in front of me, so if they're gonna pull somebody over, it's gotta be the motorcycle first with the one person on it. They can't pull me over. No. What do we want to talk about today? What do we want to do today? I saw a comment this morning from one of you that said that you finally got to go on a date with your crush that you had in high school 4+ years later. Oh my God, goals. Like, I love that for you. That is so awesome and exciting. And oh my God, literally like a dream come true for so many people. So you live that dream, honey. You live it and enjoy it. Do all the things just like you would have if you were in high school. Hell yeah. I love that for you. So how is everybody else doing? Any other juicy goss? Any other tea that I need to hear about? Because if there's any like that, like, I'm here all day for it. You made my heart pitter patter with that one. I'm ready. Like, I'm listening. Ears are open. I wish I had one of those phone numbers that was like a, I don't know, like a texting app number to where you guys could text me and it wouldn't like give you my personal information or like location information or anything like that. Like, it would just be, oh, Minneapolis is so beautiful when you just like drive up into it. It's so stunning pretty. But yeah, I wish that it would, like, I could have some kind of texting app where you guys could text me and just be like, hey bestie, I'm on my way to school, but I was just thinking of you, or whatever, or I just went on a date with that guy and it went so well. Like, I want to hear about that kind of stuff. I guess we have Instagram, but Yeah. If you guys ever want to message me, like, message me on Instagram. And I am so down. Like, I want to talk. I can't even tell you guys. Like, I'm getting like giddy just thinking about how happy I am and excited I am that you guys are my friends. Like, genuinely, I feel that way about all of you, and I hope that you know that. And it's been so long since I have had, like, I don't know, people who I talk to every single day, you know? And like a friend that I literally chat with every day. It's been so long. And so you guys are filling that need for me, for human connection and for love and acceptance and friendship. And I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. So thank you. I'm just so honored and so grateful to be your friends. Ooh, I'm gonna go. Woo. It's a one way, so it's fine. Don't ask me why that makes anything I just did fine, but it does. It's a one way. That's the thing about driving in Minneapolis. It is sketcheroo. It is very stressful and very sketcheroo. It's very, very hard to drive here. And that's coming from somebody who is from Minnesota. I can't imagine somebody from out of state or out of town coming and trying to drive here. Oh, the stress. But that's how I feel in pretty much any major city, because they all have their own unique rules and made up rules and ways to drive that are so beyond like my understanding. Driving in Chicago, I had people driving who took their window, rolled it down, leaned their entire upper body, their whole torso out the window, wrapped it around and gave me the finger because they were pissed off at me. I was just like, you're driving 75, 80 miles an hour and you just took your body and put it outside to give me the finger. Like, people there are crazy. And then Texas, whoa, don't even get me started. Driving in like South Texas, it's not that they're crazy, like the Chicago roads, but the roads themselves are very twisty turny, very wild, very like, there's like a bridge on top of a bridge on top of a bridge on top of a bridge. And you have to like know exactly where you're going. And it's just very confusing. If I recall, there is pretty easy, we're going like straight through the heart of downtown, I believe, right now. But I believe where I'm going, this would have been helpful ages ago. There's really good like on-street parking from what I remember and what I understand. We are right by the Target Center. Fogo de Chao is on my right. Mayo Clinic is up ahead. If that gives you any hint as to where I am. It wouldn't help me if you had told me where that was. I don't know nothing about anything. All I know is that I am downtown. And I only know that because I have eyeballs and I can see that I am downtown. Yeah, from what I understand, there is pretty good street parking. Otherwise, there it says you can park for $12. I'm not sure. This is a really bad part of town, actually. Super not great part of town. Okay, yeah, we have 2 more stoplights to go. I think I should be able to park on the street. Yeah, just not safe. Not a safe part. Is this the big city, Mama? Yep, this is the big city. just not a great place. That's actually why I didn't bring passport. I was going to bring passport because it was girlies day, and I was like, sweet, while we're there, like, we can go walk around a lake or a cemetery or something. And then I was like, I don't want to leave her in the car. I don't want to leave her in the car while we're inside eating. It just doesn't, that does not sound safe. So I am not going to do that. Okay. Found a place to park. Where is it? This is not what I thought it was. I've never been here before. Interesting. Okay. We are trying a new place today.
Mama, I'm starting to get hungry.
We're here. We're trying a new place today. I'll let you know how it is. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a butterfly emoji down below, just because that sounds like fun. And I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you very soon.